A warm welcome to day 2 of the Overcoming Overthinking series. Many overthinkers believe that their emotions are caused directly by situations and they keep struggling until the situations change. Let's understand what psychological research says about this. Psychological research shows something very interesting, and that is our emotions are often shaped by the meaning we give to a situation. Let me take you through a situation right now. Listen. Imagine this situation. There is a room, you don't knock, you just enter. And you see two people talking normally. They look at you as you enter and then they stop talking. Now pause this audio for a moment and write down what is your immediate thought about this. And also write how it made you feel. Come on, please do it now. I hope you have done the activity. Now, some of you might think they were talking about me. Some may think maybe I interrupted something important, some important conversation. Others may think it's probably nothing. Some may think they did not want me to know what they are talking about. They may be hiding something from me. So you notice that it is the same situation, yet different thoughts. And observe how it made you feel. This shows something very important, and that is what we feel is not just based on what actually happens. It is based on the meaning our mind gives to it. So let's break this down into two parts. In the incident that I just walked you through, what is the fact? The fact is two people were talking. They stopped talking when you entered. That's all we know for sure, right? That is all we know for sure. Now, everything else, they were judging me, they don't like me, I did something wrong, they looked at me like an uncivilized person for disturbing them. All these are stories created by the mind. Are you getting it? Basically, these are narratives or stories that we create around a situation because our brain tries to quickly make sense of incomplete information or uncertain situation. And this leads to what psychologists call as thought-emotion link. Our interpretation of an event influences how we feel about it. And here's the important part. The brain often chooses a negative or self-related explanation, especially when we are already stressed or overthinking. Most often, we either choose a negative explanation or personalize that experience to mean something about us. We make it somehow related to ourselves and mostly put ourselves in disappointment or anxious mode. Why? I mentioned about this in the previous audio. Our brain's main job is to protect us from anything uncomfortable or any embarrassing situation. So it keeps thinking about the worst case scenarios. This is just our default setting. So here's a key insight that you need to know. Overthinking grows when we treat the stories as facts. So, from today, practice this simple yet very, very powerful shift. Whenever you feel disturbed, ask, what is the fact here? And the fact has to be very objective. And ask, what is the story my mind is creating? You need to practice this to get closer to overcoming overthinking. So, another super powerful reflection exercise that you have for today is notice one situation from your past. Let that not be a very intense incident. Pick a moderate incident to which you reacted or are reacting. Write a paragraph about it. Come on, friends, pause this video and do it now. I hope you have done it. Now, write separately what is the fact in the paragraph that you have written. What is it that you know for sure? Write that part. And what is the story? That is, what did your mind say about it? And what is the impact of that story on your life? Also, could there be any other story about this event? Okay? You don't need to change the story. You just have to observe it. You just have to understand it. That's all. So, in whichever platform you are listening to this audio, I want you to share, if you are comfortable, the situation about which you wrote, your fact, and your story. Or leave at least a comment that you noticed the fact, the story, and a possible different story in your own situation. Because transformation comes from experience, not from knowledge. If you want a handout for today's practice, please leave a comment and I shall send it to you. Tomorrow's video is going to be even more interesting. So come back and watch the updates. Take care.